All right. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Are we going to get this thing now? It's okay. I'm going to edit all this. I know, right? Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, man. Hey, Osi, thank you for joining us on the pod today, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. I think that you, when I talked to your family about this, I was like, man, I need to get Osi on. I need to talk about his journey and his, kind of his accomplishments. I think his story needs to be heard. And so, getting you on was kind of a big thing for me. I think that a lot of young athletes or aspiring kids that are trying to do something, can benefit from your journey. So, appreciate you, my man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, let's talk about that. Your journey, how you stair step to where you're at. I mean, man, I think that you accomplished a lot in a little bit of the time. You said you graduated in 2021,
Yeah, 21.
so that's 3 years.
Yeah,
Jeez.
3 years.
And your resume starts playing rugby from a young age, which we'll talk about all of this. But you started playing in high school, right? And
Yes.
then you went from there to college. You had an opportunity to go play a scholarship to go play at Lindenwood,
Yep.
and then you went from there to you got offered to play MLR, right?
Yep.
And then you went from there to New Zealand in the Premiership
Yeah.
playing there, right? So yeah, that's a lot, man. A lot of experience. I don't think a lot of kids get to do that here, coming
Yeah,
out of
not too
middle of the
many.
map, Independence, Missouri.
Yeah.
Right, good for you,
Blessed.
my man.
Yeah.
So how's that journey been from you so far? I mean, just
It's been pretty good. A lot of learning, a lot of, just being able to explore the world and meet new people from different backgrounds, of different cultures. So
oh, I
that's
bet, I
been
bet.
nice doing
Yeah,
that.
let's start that. I mean, you were interested. What was your interest there? You started playing sports in high school.
Yeah, rugby in high school, but
Yeah,
played
football was
sports.
your main sport.
Yeah, football
Right,
was my
right.
main sport. That's what I thought I was
Right.
gonna
You
do.
played
So,
safety.
yeah, safety
Oh,
and
nice,
a little
nice.
bit of quarterback.
A little
So,
Palomaloish in
yeah.
you. Anyways, uh, you ever played in the Turkey Bowl?
Nah, I always hear about it every year, but man, I don't know.
I know,
Yeah,
right? I don't think you want to waste your time there.
yeah, I hear a lot of stories
It's all
about
good.
it. But
Yeah, there's some good Turkey Bowl stories, but anyways, but yeah, so you went from there. You graduated. Did you always know that you're gonna? Did you want to play football, or did you know rugby was gonna be your sport?
yeah, so growing up, I always thought I was gonna play football
Oh, really?
in like college and then hopefully next level. But then whenever I started playing rugby my sophomore year, and that's whenever I started to grow love for
No.
rugby. I mean, yeah,
Right.
rugby.
Started
So
getting an interest for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
started to
Did, like,
develop it.
did I think rugby in the United States, it's starting to grow, but sometimes I think like you don't necessarily get the coaching you need, right?
Right.
But I mean, do you feel like the game was natural to you playing in, because I think you were a pretty good athlete in playing rugby, right, in high school.
Yeah, I think just growing up, just playing touch with all the older guys, that's where I got
Oh, nice, nice.
like to develop at least a little bit of skill. But then
Right.
whenever I get into organized
Yeah.
into the team, that's whenever I was started to just
Right,
try
start
and
to pick it
elevate on
up and
my
stuff.
own.
Yeah, I'll tell a funny story. So we just how aligned, small world. My son in his junior year, we played you guys. I think our little private school, St. James,
Yeah.
and I mean you were talk of the town at that time. Um, we we played a game against you guys, and I mean we were hurting. We were short, but we had played some guys that really don't play on the field,
Right.
and one of the guys was like, we had to put him in because we had injuries, and they said, I think you were, I don't know if you were playing 8 man or you were just, you had picked the ball or you were coming from the other side and you came the weak side. And I think that he admitted he fell on the ground on purpose. He saw you coming.
Oh, I think I do remember that. Yeah,
I
that was
was
whenever I
like,
was playing
I was
scrum
like, yeah,
half.
man, you guys
Yeah.
scared of OC, man? You want to go tackle him?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it
I
was a
think I
funny
do remember
story,
that
yeah.
game.
But
Yeah.
that's just kind of the presence that you brought to the field at that time. So I mean, it shows, man. I mean, you've qualified yourself into to a lot of different areas, whether it's in college or at a next level. So let's talk about that. Like when you got that scholarship, how'd you feel? I mean, were you just like, oh man, I'm going to play rugby, not football?
Yeah, so it was my senior year. I had tore my ACL MCL, so I was
Oh wow,
out for my senior football season.
right. Going on your high school journey. So out of high school, you were on your way to college, right? But in between that, came out of the junior blues playing. How did that go? Like before you went to college?
So in my for my first year, my sophomore year,
Yeah.
we went to nationals, which was in Utah, and then in Utah, I was approached by um, Salty Thompson,
Oh,
which is
nice,
the
nice.
director of Eagle Impact Rugby
Oh,
Academy.
nice.
So um, after nationals, I went with his academy, your academy,
Right,
to Ireland. So we did Ireland in the summer of 2019,
right.
and then from that Ireland tour,
Yeah,
he got me connected into USA Rugby under 18. So I did USA under 18s
right.
that winter of 2019,
Oh, nice.
and then junior year, there wasn't really much rugby because that's when quarantine happened, and
Right.
then
Oh, so that was during the quarantine time.
yeah,
All right. So you had that opportunity at that time with USA Rugby.
yeah,
That's kind of like got you stair stepped you into that.
yeah.
Oh, nice. And then at that time you played with. There was another athlete here. Did you play someone from Aquinas? Correct? Is that right?
Clumpers, yeah, Brock
Yeah.
Clumpers and
Okay. So he was with you in there
father,
too.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice,
He was there
nice,
too.
cool. You had an opportunity. You got offered. It just kind of went up from there, right?
Right.
Into college or whatever. So.
Yeah. So then, in between, before I went to Utah to New Zealand, in
Right.
between that time, I also played U20s, USA under 20s,
Oh, you. Oh, really?
and we played against Canada. So
Oh,
and
wow.
then
That was
we
kind of cool.
yeah, we won
So
those two
you,
games.
where were some of those games at?
Those were in, or the first ones, the under 18s against Canada was in um, Chula Vista in
Oh, really?
California,
Oh,
and
wow.
then the under 20s against Canada was in South Carolina.
Oh, nice,
So we
nice.
played
But still, you
those
were
two.
traveling around.
Yeah,
Where were some of those other kids from? Like
they were
just.
from all over,
Oh, really?
from all over the
How
country.
was the
Yeah,
talent there?
it was still good,
It was
about the
good.
same.
Any
Yeah.
Polys on there? Any Polynesians?
Um, in the under 18s there
Oh,
was
there
not so
was.
much in the U20s. I
Oh,
think I was
nice.
me and one other kid
Right.
was
Oh,
from
that's
the
kind of cool.
U20s.
Hey, that's quite a journey coming from there. So yeah, it just goes to show you, like the rugby is growing,
Right,
and that USA Rugby is doing a lot for the game, the growth of the game here in the United
right.
States. So that's just a testament to you in your journey, right? So
Yeah, I had gotten the scholarship offer in December from Lindenwood
oh
and
wow,
from another school,
right.
uh, Truman State. It
Oh
was a
wow,
full ride, so I
oh
had to choose
nice,
between those two,
right.
and then so yeah, after just talking to my parents, I decided to
To take
just go with
Lindenwood,
rugby.
yeah.
Yeah,
And that's a good school for rugby. I think they've got a lot of foreigners there, and they got a good
yeah,
program. Have they won a national championship?
yeah. They've won a few. I don't
Okay.
think recently, not as
Oh yeah,
well,
but they
but
do have
yeah,
some
they
that
do
they.
have
Oh,
some.
see,
Yeah,
I mean that's a good option. And I've heard they've got. I mean, I'm sure you've played with a lot of different talent all over the world there, right?
yeah, yeah. They have pretty good foreigners there.
Yeah,
So.
I think I watched a couple of your clips, your games, your first year
Hmm.
there. So you looked good. So yeah, so you took the opportunity, you went there, and you were only there for a short time. In
Yeah, I
Lindenwood?
was only there for. I left after one semester.
Yeah.
So,
So how did that whole thing happen with MLR? Like, how'd that whole situation fall into your lap?
so after that one semester, I was at Lindenwood.
Yeah.
I came home for winter break, and then it was time to go back to school. But
Right.
I wasn't really like feeling
Feeling
school.
any better?
Yeah, I was
School
pretty
part?
much
Yeah.
just there for rugby, and
Right.
then um, so I decided to just not go back. But my parents said if I
If your
don't go
parents
back,
are listening, we won't admit that,
yeah.
right?
My parents said if I don't go back to school, then I have to do something. I have to have a plan for something.
Oh, okay, right on.
And so that's whenever I got in contact with his name is Brendan Keane. He's with USA Rugby. So
Uh,
I got in contact with him, and then he got me in contact
so
with
was that interest
MLR.
there for you to? So you knew, like, okay, I didn't want to go to school. Well, I wouldn't say you didn't want to. Your interest was not really like with the school part of it yet. But were you just seeking out to find an opportunity there, or just did he bring it up to you? The opportunity with MLR? Or?
Yeah. So I pretty much just told him that I wasn't going back to play rugby in
Oh,
college,
gotcha.
but I wanted to keep playing rugby
Yeah.
and wanted to play at a high level.
Oh,
And so
nice.
that's whenever he presented me with the opportunity with the
Nice.
MLR, and
Oh,
so
nice.
he got me in contact with.
Oh,
with
nice.
those
Yeah, no, it's all
teams.
about opportunity.
Yeah,
I'm sure you had the talent because I think you were on a good path there, right, at Lindenwood.
yeah.
Do you think you would have went any farther there? I mean, just how do you ever had any regrets leaving there?
Um, nah, not really. No,
Really?
I
Okay,
think
that's good. You know, it's
yeah, I
good to
think
know
it
that,
was
right?
good for
Yeah,
myself. So
right. But I mean, you went to MLR. How long did you stay? And what team did you go to?
I was in with the Utah Warriors for
Utah
two
Warriors.
years.
Nice.
Yeah,
You were there for 2 years.
yeah.
Oh, good. And so, how did that go? Did you have to sign a contract and all that stuff?
Yeah, I was on contract, and then it was just 1 year contract, and I got re-signed for a second year,
Oh,
and then
nice, nice.
so
Like, how did that? So you get there, right? You get
yeah,
the call. Did the coach call you and everything and said,
yeah,
we're bringing you down? Oh,
yeah.
man.
So it was the general manager. He called me. That's who I went through with my contract, and then
Right.
um, they provided housing, they provided car, and then
What? Really?
so I was
Nice.
pretty set out there.
Did you ever have to get another job or anything
Yeah,
like that?
I had a side job, so I was taking care of kids with mental disabilities.
Really?
So on the side, so
Hmm.
yeah, I would do all day training, and then as soon as I get off,
Yeah, you'd go over and do that,
straight
which is
to
not
work.
too
Yeah,
strenuous, right? You
yeah,
go
it's not,
get
it
that
wasn't
done
bad.
and
Yeah,
come back around. Oh, so you were officially a Utah resident
yeah,
out
for
there.
2 years. Yeah, it was
Where were
pretty
you
fun.
staying in Utah?
It was in Harriman.
In Harriman? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Nice, nice.
pretty nice.
And Utah rugby's growing there, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big. I think it's. I mean, it'd be big as if
Yeah.
like probably Cali maybe
Right.
up there with them, but
I think I had a opportunity to experience like the year. I think you played in that. Um, when the rugby high school championship came here, nationals.
oh yeah,
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 and then, I mean, that was eye opening. That's just a great experience if anybody ever gets to go out and watch that. But
yeah.
that level of talent,
No, yeah, for
stuff like
sure.
that.
You'll
So,
see kids from all over the
oh man, I
country.
think Harriman won it that year
Yeah,
for
Harriman
the high
did.
school.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
the schools.
I was
Yeah,
watching them.
school
I was like,
side.
wow, these guys.
Yeah,
And
they were
what's
phenomenal.
interesting about that is the level of rugby because you kind of got the East Coast,
Yeah,
a lot of the more disciplined kids that they may not necessarily have all the size, but they're very
right.
fast. They can run a lot of skilled rugby. But the West Coast or the West Coast rugby is just a lot of flashy players and
Yeah,
got guys
yeah,
coming
it's a
down
lot
with
of
their
skill.
mullets in their hair and the shoes and stuff.
Yeah,
But there's still a lot of skill, a lot of coaching in that
right.
too. So, but it's good to see the parity in both sides of the rugby,
Yeah,
and
and then
stuff.
you
So.
got the Midwest. You just
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
just wanting to hit. So
Right, right, right. Yeah, I know. But that's good. So you were an MLR there. So I mean, how was that experience? I mean, I'm sure you played. And so did they? What's their recruiting like? I mean, they're bringing players from overseas.
yeah, they have a few overseas. You have a certain amount that you can bring onto the team because they want
Oh,
to try and stay American
so there's
based.
kind of a stipulation
Yeah,
still.
but you'll still see a lot of foreigners around the league.
Oh,
And
nice.
so, but yeah, the experience was nice. It was just a lot of learning from um, just other players with higher experience than what I
Right.
had and higher IQ and better skills. So it was
I
pretty
know
much a
that
lot of
must be something else. Just
yeah.
and you played. Who were some of the foreign players that came? I mean, is there any big names that you were played with?
I think the biggest name I had an opportunity to play against was Ma'anonu.
Really?
He was center for the All Blacks.
Yes, yes,
So
sir.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
in his older years now, but
Yeah,
I
but
think he's
still, man, I think I
yeah,
played some guys from Fiji that were still in their
yeah,
40s and
yeah, he can still
late 40s
play.
still playing.
Yeah, still
But
pretty
oh,
good.
really? Well, so who's he playing for at the time?
He's playing with San Diego.
On the San Diego's team? Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So
Oh, wow. I mean, what's that like seeing him on the field like up close
it
like
was
that?
kind of intimidating.
Really?
'Cause you just grow up watching his highlights,
I know.
just seeing him what he does to the defenders, and then whenever you're on the opposite side of him,
Right.
you just think like, man, that could be me.
Yeah, right.
End up on his highlight
I
tape.
know.
And, like,
There's a
oh,
little intimidation there,
yeah,
right? Even if
yeah,
yeah, that plays just the whole mind game of that. Wow,
right. Yeah.
wow. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So any other foreign players that you can think of?
There's a few I just can't think of.
Yeah,
any
yeah. But
names
there were
right now,
some
but
other.
yeah,
There was probably
yeah,
some other filtered players that you may not be big
yeah,
names, but
yeah,
they come with the skill
yeah, for sure.
internationally. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, I mean, how would you think about your Utah experience? Were you just like that was kind of? I mean, did you like it, or I mean, did you feel like it was? You accomplished some things when you were there?
Yeah, I think it was a good experience for sure.
Right.
Probably didn't accomplish as much as I wanted to, but
Right.
just it was my first time, so the experience
Yeah.
is
And you
is what
capped
counted.
like 6 games there, or you played?
It was a few, yeah.
You said you were talking about earlier. Oh, so you had a couple games you were able to play in. Did you score in any of your time there?
Nah,
Utah?
I never
Oh,
got
it's
to
all right.
score. No.
Hey, man. Hey, you got a chance to get on the field
Yeah, there's
playing with some of those guys. That's good. So let's talk about your next level. So you got an opportunity to play Premiership, right, in New Zealand, right? So how did that all fall into your lap?
Yeah. So after the 2 years in Utah, I was, um, they just gave me feedback on like at the end of the season, you always have your meetings and stuff.
Right,
And
right.
so at that meeting, they gave me like things that, I could work on
Yeah,
to, try and get to where I want to be in the MLR.
right.
And so I took that, and then, my dad, he told me that New Zealand is probably the best place to develop like
Oh yeah,
everything, all the skills that you want to do
right.
at a high level. So, he set me up in New Zealand with his family. So I was out there
Oh, for sure.
with his
Nice.
family to just,
Right, and you
just
were there.
work
How
on my
long were you
game.
out there?
I was out there for 6 months.
Oh wow, six
Yeah.
months. Oh, nice. So you were. It's kind of like their club side rugby there in New
Yeah.
Zealand. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Man, how was that experience playing New Zealand?
That was, man, that was way different than what I get here. The game was a lot faster. Everybody's skills were, pretty sharp.
Right,
Everyone's IQ was way up there. Even at a low level in New Zealand, you'll still get
right.
high IQ rugby. So
I think I'd be like, I don't know, if I was standing there, I think I'd just be thinking about like, man, how much rugby was slower back in the United States. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no,
You
yeah,
think about that?
yeah. The game
I
is a
was just
lot
like,
faster
wow,
out there.
like I don't know. I hear about that. I think at one time the men's club had a coach from New Zealand,
Hmm.
and when he brought a lot of his thought processes and stuff and his skill of the game and how his coaching is just you could just see it. You know what I mean?
Right.
At first, some of the guys didn't understand it, but I mean the fitness level is just something else. You
Yeah,
know?
it's crazy.
I bet your guys' fitness was crazy.
Yeah, it was, especially the off season whenever I first got there. I went
Yeah.
out there, I was like close to 250 pounds, and then it was during
Yeah,
the
let's talk about that.
preseason.
I think your pop said you lost some weight.
Yeah, I was, man, because we went out there, yeah, so I was around close to 250,
Yeah.
came back 210, so
That's not a
it
bad thing,
was,
man. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's not a bad thing at all,
yeah,
right?
it just,
Some of us are trying to lose that weight, man. So don't complain about it, man.
yeah, for
So
sure.
no, you're good. Yeah. So what were some of the? I mean, being in New Zealand, you were 6 months. What were some of your extracurricular activities you're out there? What did you do in your free time?
Free time, I would really just hang out with, the family I was staying with,
Oh yeah, with the
because
family you
I've
were
I've
there.
never met that side of my family
Oh,
before, so it
nice,
was good
nice.
to, just learn about them, hang out with them, and
Oh,
then
good,
if I
nice.
wasn't with them, I was probably at church with just some of the boys on the team. They
Right.
were of the same faith, so we all went to
Oh,
church
good,
together.
good.
So we
That's
hang
good,
out over there.
man. New Zealand, though. I mean, that's another side of the world. Did you go by the water at all? I mean,
I think I only went twice. One
really?
whenever I first went out there, and then
How are the New
right
Zealand
before I
beaches?
left. Uh, they were nice. I can't really
Is it
compare
cold
them.
there?
Whenever it's hot here, it is
Oh,
cold
it's
over
cold
there.
over there.
But
Oh,
yeah,
I think I've been to New Zealand. That's a place I got to get on my bucket list. So.
man, yeah, it's really. I'd go back for sure.
Right. I definitely.
To
Did you go to
visit.
any like actual games, like like New Zealand games, or?
Yeah, I went to the Super Rugby game. It was Moana Pacifica
Oh
versus the
man.
Blues,
Oh
and the
wow.
Blues ended up winning
Oh,
this year.
I
So
bet you was rocking in there
yeah,
too,
it
huh?
was a good
Oh,
experience.
those. I mean, it's like soccer, but 10 times. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like
yeah,
just the crowds. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I think that's one of the bucket list things I want to do. If I go to internationally, because I work for the airlines, I kind of want to,
yeah.
hit
Oh
up a
yeah,
rugby
for sure.
game.
Yeah,
Whether
it's a
if it's
good
New Zealand,
experience out
Australia.
there.
You eat any meat pies when you're there?
Yeah, that was always my go-to snack. Just whenever I could grab and go get something,
Right.
just go to
Oh
the
man,
corner
those meat pies
store.
look good. I still haven't
Yeah.
had one yet.
Oh,
Oh
damn,
no,
you gotta
man.
try it.
I know. What's your favorite meat pie?
I like the steak and cheese.
Ooh, steak and
Yeah, steak
cheese.
and cheese every time.
Get an order. Get that order out there. You need some steak and cheese on the double. You hear that, Tommy? Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll get some here. Our friends out there will send them frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so all of you accomplished since then, right? Now you're with the Blues. That's great. How's that going with coming back and playing? Has rugby slowed down a little bit?
Yeah, it's not at the same level, but it's
Right.
still good. Like to just see where I was before
Yeah.
playing in the States, before going to New Zealand, and New
Right.
Zealand coming back. Just
Oh, good.
how my skill has developed.
Right.
So I think it's
Do you have
been
any
pretty
aspirations to kind of like maybe go back out and venture off internationally again or MLR?
good. Yeah, for sure.
Somebody MLR needs to really come get you, right?
Man, yeah, I definitely
You have any
be down
knock? Anybody
to.
kind of maybe talking to you?
And there's another team in New Zealand,
No.
but
Okay.
yeah, I'm not
Well,
sure.
this because you're still young, man.
Yeah,
You know what I
still
mean.
got
If you need an
options.
agent, I can. I'll travel
Sure.
with you. So no, so good. Good for you, man. You know what I mean. I think that what you've done in a short time is a big accomplishment, right? And then I think that your story needed to be told. If you have any advice for any of these young kids out here, aspiring to get to that level or do anything, right, to
Yeah.
get kind of where you're at, what are you gonna tell them? What do you got for them?
I'd probably just say not to get bored of the grind. There's gonna be
Right.
days where like you won't feel like working out, or days where you'll like be kind of over the sport or whatever.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
if you just keep pushing through those days, you'll
Right.
eventually get to
Oh
where
yeah.
you want to be. So
Nice, nice. No, for
yeah,
sure. No, I think that's great, man. I mean, even my son's in football, and I think everybody gets so caught up in social media,
yeah,
and
for
it's a
sure.
good and a bad thing. But
Yeah,
you got to remember, you guys still got to do the work, right?
yeah. You don't want to compare your journey to anyone
Oh yeah,
else's
for
at
sure.
the
Yeah,
end of the day.
number one hit. You hear that, man?
Yeah,
Good content right there. That's a good one. I like that. You don't know for sure though,
yeah,
right? I think that everybody gets so compared to each other, right, and
yeah,
what they're doing,
yeah.
that they lose the sense of what you got to do to get there.
Right.
So
Everyone's gonna have their
right.
their own journey.
But, and I was going to ask you about in the beginning, but I feel like you've answered that. Like, how did you know you had the talent to play? Let me ask you that. I mean, how did you know you had the talent to actually play the game?
Uh, I don't think I ever knew that
Really?
I
Yeah.
was able to do all these things. I think I was just blessed with the opportunity.
Yeah.
So just
You got talent, so I mean, it doesn't
yeah,
come easy to some kids, right?
yeah, for sure.
There's some kids because I seen it. I coach rugby too, and
Yeah,
I think your pops does. He coaches, but I mean, we work with kids, and some of these kids, it's tough for them, right?
yeah,
We're trying to
yeah,
coach
for sure.
them, and it's the battle or the everyday grind is getting them to like adjust to those things we're having them do,
Right.
right? And it's
Yeah,
either their own minds or in their own head. So and it's from kids, it comes natural.
yeah, yeah, for
They
sure.
they were around it, and then it's just the natural ability. But anyways, great. So you're with the Blues now, helping them out. So hopefully you guys can do some great things coming up, right?
Yeah, it's started off rough so far, but we're still building and still
Yeah, good for
getting
you.
better every week. So
Yeah, no, you're
hopefully
good.
we'll.
You're gonna and you guys got the fall season going on right now.
Yeah, fall season right now. We're in the
Where are
middle
you
of
guys
that.
playing at now? You guys still playing at Sporting KC?
Um, yeah, at the KC Current
Oh, at the
facilities
KC
for the
Curry.
home
Oh, you guys
games.
playing out there now?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. So
Good. So
yeah,
anybody out there, go see Osi.
come
What position you
support.
playing?
Right now I'm outside center,
Outside center.
13.
Nice,
So
nice.
yeah,
Outside
outside in
center.
there.
Osi playing for the Kansas City Blues. So you guys watching this? You guys go out there and say it. How many games you guys got left in the season?
We have 3 games for sure, and then
No.
playoffs start. So
Okay,
we'll do
good.
that.
And then you just have off season, and you're gonna play in the spring.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and play in the
Okay,
spring.
right on.
Play
No
some
worries.
sevens
All
too.
right,
So
good. Oh, some sevens too.
yeah,
Right on. Good for you. All right. No, I appreciate you spending time, man. Your story's a great story. You've accomplished a lot in a short time, and you still got a lot to do, my man.
right.
So
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us on Walker's Corner, man.
Thank you for
Appreciate it, my
having me.
man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.